Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be setting up a bullet journal, which is not something that I have done on this channel so far, but something that I'm very excited to be getting back into. It's a system that I used throughout my last couple years in college, and since then have sort of changed my method of planning. If you don't know, the bullet journal is it's a analog system of planning your life, collecting memories, etc. The pro about it is that it's completely customizable. Some people do it very minimalistic, where it's just their calendar and their to-do list, just pen and the notebook. And some people, like I am, for instance, in this video, make it very collage, doodle-oriented, and use it as a creative outlet instead of just a planner system. So I just decorated my month title page, I guess, and so on this next page I'm just decorating it with a scrapbook page that I got on super clearance because I went shopping right after Halloween. So a lot of the things that you'll be seeing are sort of witchy, kind of like tarot moon oriented type stuff. So that's sort of my November theme, I suppose. On the page beside it, I've just done my November goals and some affirmations. Space to write those in later. I'm just going to do the setup for the most part here for you to see. I've realized that half of bullet journaling is covering up your mistakes, and oftentimes I wind up liking what I cover mistakes up with more than what I was trying to do in the first place. So it's kind of a zen approach to scrapbooking that can't get too attached to anything because I might wind up just covering it up. Here I'm going to be doing my morning and nighttime routine trackers. I have a lot of healthy habits that I'm trying to implement, and the best way to try and get yourself to either start or stick to a habit is to be constantly nagging yourself about whether you've done it or not. And something that works for me that's pretty motivating is being able to check something off at the end of the day, and then at the end of the month I hope that these little trackers would be as full as possible. And you'll see again that I changed things drastically from my first approach. On the top page, which was going to be the morning routine, I had this adorable idea for coffee cup stains, but it just didn't quite work out. So the bullet journal for me is not going to be the typical planner setup like most people do it. It's really, I suppose you can still call it a bullet journal, but it's a rather different thing. And that's because I find that the system that I currently have for just planning my day to be the most productive it can be is calendar blocking, and that is going really well for me. So calendar blocking, if you're not familiar, is usually a digital system. I use iCalendar, but you can do Google Calendar, or I'm sure there are other apps that you might prefer, that you fill in all of your waking hours with your time blocks, and that can be your workday, your morning routine, your commute. You fill every bit of it in. That way, one, you see how long you're actually spending on things, and you can be smart about your time and use it wisely. And two, you can see easily where you have blocks within your day that are open that you can either fill to accommodate tasks that you need to get done, or you can easily set up coffee dates, etc. I very much like this system because I work a full-time job, but I am also trying to get a business sort of on its feet. Right now it's only my Etsy shop, but I have big plans, as well as getting my YouTube career on its feet. So aside from just having my full-time job, aside from having a full-time job, I am trying to do all of these things, and it makes it easy for me to keep track of what I need to do and figure out how to shove a lot of to-do lists in a 24-hour period. So I have ignored the bullet journal. I apologize. So I have just set up my nighttime and morning routines, and then I set up a week of goals pages, daily goals, where I say 3 goals that I have at the beginning of the day. I also do 3 things that I'm thankful for, and at the end of each day I'll fill in 3 wins and 3 fails, and that is just, it can be the tiniest thing, like I got out of bed without hitting snooze, as a win, or like I should have eaten an apple but I ate a Kit Kat bar instead, for the fails. So it's just a way to sort of keep track and stay on top of myself. I only do a week of those because I'm testing out how I like that layout, and once I get to the next week I'll fill in, or I'll set up another week. The next thing that I did was set up my table of contents and a little journaling page, and then where my name and personal information will go, I put a moon that I cut out again of the scrapbook paper, which I will fill in after this video, but it would be silly for me to give you all of my personal information, wouldn't it? And then I just have a statistics tracker for my social medias, so I can keep track of my growth as I expand my channel and my reach. I'm trying very hard to get this thing established, so if you're enjoying this video or have seen some other videos of mine and enjoy them and want to see more content like it, I would so appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, and if you really like it, hit that little thumbs up down there. I would really appreciate it. And then next month when I do the next bullet journal video, the number I put will be even higher, which would be really exciting. I also have an art Instagram page that is @PiscesPrints by Erin, and you can find me on Facebook by the same name. I just started a Tumblr, which I will be posting on soon. The handle for that is a pain in the aesthetic, because puns. The next thing that I've done is just a very simple period tracker that I printed a calendar off the internet and then filled in a couple blocks. I am in the beginning stages of a health and wellness journey, so I'm going to be keeping track of my measurements and my weight throughout the next little bit of time. So hopefully, while my social media tracker numbers get bigger, my measurement and weight numbers get smaller. I'm not sure what happened to the footage here. I'm not sure if my camera just stopped filming or if I lost the footage, but when I went back to edit, I did not have the gap here, so I'm really sorry about that. The page that I started working on after that very unfortunate gap is a little spread so that I can keep track of when people do really nice things. We tend to focus on the negativity in our lives, and I think if I focus on, when people give me compliments or if they do something nice for me, if I just write it down, I think I'll be much more grateful for the time that I have with people. The next page is a little spread for quotes that I like. I tend to collect a lot of them on Pinterest, and I'm kind of a word junkie. I really love quotes. So I think it'll be fun to either month or few months as I'm doing bullet journals, have a spread for quotes that I can print out or write down some of my favorites and come back and see them. I think that would be cool. And then I'm just adding a little more doodle. I kind of love this sort of wildflower, looks kind of overgrown type doodle. And I'm obsessed with this pen also. I am also a pen and stationery slut. I love them. This one is from BuJo. It's just a black pen, but it's 0.38 millimeters, so it's really teeny tiny, and I can get really crisp lines, and I love it. This is just another page for a tarot journal. I do have a deck of tarot cards, and every now and then I'll pull some. I'm not super into them. I don't really know what my belief around that is, but I think it's fun to pull them and gain a new perspective. And then I have a little dream journal. I'm very bad about remembering my dreams, but I would like to try and get better about that. So if I have a place to write any that sort of stick in my brain when I first wake up, I will put them here. This next spread is something that I'm actually very excited about, and I believe I heard of this from the YouTuber Michelle B. She's fantastic, wonderful videos about productivity and self-care and kind of how to be a boss babe and, you know, love yourself and all those wonderful things. It's called If Then. And it's sort of a way to debunk any of the things that will throw you off track of your goals. You basically write down anything that could be an issue, like if I didn't meal prep and I'm starving, then I will blah, 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 and you put in your plan so you won't get caught off guard. Or, you know, you can also do it for like, if I am feeling sad for absolutely no reason, then I will blah, blah, blah. So I can't wait to fill that in and start using that as a reference for if I come across those scenarios. And then the final page that I'm doing is just an inspiration board. I said #mood because this is my #November mood. All of the things that inspire me and have the vibe that I want to have going on for November. I want to do one of these each month. I think it'll be really fun to, again, go back through and see if I've changed drastically since then, you know, what I was into at the time and words that sort of struck a chord. Sheesh, I feel like I have to speak so quickly because I sped the video up so much so it wouldn't be 10 million years long. Without cutting it down and without speeding up the time, this video would have been like 5 hours long. So here I'm just gonna do a final flip through. I made a little paper clip flag because one, I think the little string that comes in the journal is ugly, and two, so that I can flip right to my daily page without seeing any of the other nonsense if I'm not looking for the nonsense. So for this being my first real crack at bullet journaling this particular way, I really am very happy with how it came out. I think it's super fun to make things match my aesthetic. It feels really great to sort of express myself that way, and I'm excited to see how and if it... Oh look, there's the page that I didn't film. Those are just affirmations for November. But to see if and how it affected my month and my goals, and just to see what the effect of this will be. And I look forward to continuing on with another one for December. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope that you'll hit subscribe and follow me on Instagram, because there will only be more of this, because I think I might be slightly addicted to it. I think it's so much fun, and yeah. Thanks again for watching. I hope that you'll come back for more. Have a good day, guys. Bye.